Welcome back to the podcast. And I want to say that slowly. Welcome back. Not just to me, but to us. Okay? If you've been here for a while, you may have noticed that I took a pause. Since October, I haven't released new episodes. I haven't shown up on this page the way I once did. And today, I want to talk honestly about that. Not from a place of guilt, not from a place of even over explaining, but from a place of clarity. That season, October and beyond, was a season where I needed to slow down. I needed to rest. I needed to reset. I needed to spend time with my family. And just as importantly, spend time with myself. Relearning who I am when I'm not producing, when I'm not creating, when I'm not showing up on a schedule. Who would have thought, right? And here's what I realized during that time. Rest can look like inconsistency to other people, but rest doesn't mean you've lost your vision. Rest doesn't mean you've lost your vision. It doesn't mean you've fallen off. It doesn't even mean you failed. Sometimes it means you're listening, right? With your ears and not your mouth. I'll be honest, there were days when I told myself, I'm going to record today, and then I just didn't. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't care, but because my body and my spirit were asking for something different. And in those moments, I felt the pressure to stay consistent, the pressure to keep producing, the pressure to move fast. Because doesn't culture teach us that success loves speed, right? But what we're not taught is that sustainability loves alignment. So I had to remind myself of something important. I don't create on cultures/other people's pace. I create on my own. No algorithm gets to decide the rhythm of my life. No expectation gets to override my capacity. So during my pause, I didn't abandon the podcast because this is my baby. I went back to the drawing board. I did the groundwork and the research. I asked myself deeper questions. I made sure that what I bring here and to you all is not just content, but something that actually serves you. And I want to be clear about something. I didn't pull back to change who I am. I pulled back to elevate how I show up. And part of that meant being okay with not always being in front of the camera, being okay with quiet seasons, being okay with depth over visibility. Your girl also had her 41st birthday in that time. Clock it. Give it. I recently saw a post that said the earth doesn't produce in every season, and neither should we. And that resonated and stopped me in my track because it validated what my body already knew. So today, I want you to hear this clearly. This is not a restart. This is a return. I'm not coming back because I felt rushed. I'm not coming back because I felt pressured. I'm coming back because I'm ready. I'm saying that again. I'm ready. Not only am I ready, I'm so excited. Excited about the guests and conversations we're going to have. Excited about the wisdom I'm going to share. Excited about the depth, the honesty, and the groundedness of this next wave. Okay? So this season of the podcast will feel a little different, not because I'm doing less, but because I'm doing what matters. With more intention, with more clarity, with more alignment. And if you're listening to this and you've been feeling behind or guilty for resting or pressured to perform on someone else's timeline, let this episode be your permission slip. Hand it to you freely. It's your permission slip, sis. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to recalibrate. You are allowed to return when you're ready. I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for giving me the space to return. This next season, this next wave is going to be so intentional, and I'm even more glad that you're here for it. So let's get ready to jump in. This is only the beginning.